With fall having made its way to this country, we all get to experience the joys of our favorite fishing spots being covered in leaves and branches. The lures getting snagged, leaves getting on the hooks, it's all part of the sport, but it doesn't have to be. Introducing the spinnerbait. These lures offer the advantages of weedless lures without the one big drawback. A weedless lure, as most of us know it, usually has the hook covered by some sort of soft plastic, and this does a great job at keeping the leaves off the hook. But when a fish jumps down, the hook is exposed. This, however, doesn't always work flawlessly and can result in a failed hookup. This is where a spinnerbait comes in. You still have a more or less protected hook due to the steel wire in front, but the hook is never completely covered. Now, I do really like the ones I have here, but where I live, this size will catch nothing but pike. Welcome to the Lures for All channel, and today we'll be making an ultralight spinnerbait. These lures are quick and easy to make, plus start off with the hardest part, which is putting on one of these tiny split rings on one of these spinner blades. This part always takes me way longer than it should. I even ground the tip of my split ring pliers to make them more suitable for these small rings, which did help, but it still didn't make it easy. After some self-reflection, I managed to get a ring of damnation on the spinner blade. With that done, the lure is about 95% finished. All I need to do from here is to bend some wire. In order to get a clean cut, be sure that your fingernails are sharp and pinch off a good sized piece. The bending itself is quite easy, just make sure that the bends are all lined up properly so the lure isn't all wonky. For the weight and the hook, I'm using a tiny 3-gram jig head from the Pro brand. I don't like to permanently attach them, so I bend my wire into a quick change connection. I can crank one of these out in under 5 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 business days if you want to count the splittering part. Now this one is looking really good, but I want to make one as small as I possibly can. This is the tiniest jig head I could find, which weighs just 1 gram. Even the tiniest swivel I could find was still too long for my taste, so I'll use a clevis for this one. Other than that, everything remains unchanged. I suppose the real test to see if these are ultralight is to weigh them. And the first one is... oh, what the hell? The numbers don't show up on camera, so I guess you have to take my word for it. This bigger one ended up weighing 5 gram, and this smaller one ended up weighing only 3. All that's left to do is to test them out. The first thing I noticed is that the twister tail moves way nicer on this lure than the paddle tail. The spinner seems to be moving nicely and the lure is very steady, which is great. If the lure is turning sideways, you either have to use a smaller blade or a heavier jig head. This final clip is the 3 gram lure and is definitely not bad, but the blade seems to wobble more than it turns, and I would also switch out the paddle tail for a twister. That's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments, and with all of that said, thanks for watching.